Welcome to X and Z Horror Movie Reviews. Tonight we're doing something special. We've come up with our own Predator movie.
That's right. Our mission was to create a better Predator movie than Badlands. We gave ourselves 48 hours, and this is what we came up with. I'm Z with your Gen Z perspective,
I'm X with your Gen X perspective.
and let's get started.
Here we go. So, our movie is going to be called Predator Dutch for obvious reasons. And what we're going to do is we started off deciding that we were only going to use the 1987 original movie as canon. That's it. There's no other movies, no sequels, no comics, no books. All that is gone. We're starting back with the one that created the franchise in the first place. And of course, we're bringing back Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's got to be in there as Dutch. This should have been done a long time ago, but it's kind of cool now. We can bring him back as an old man.
Indeed.
And it's been 40 years since then. The world has been through a lot. And as long as we take that into consideration and serve this up more as a political thriller and not a sillier concept, then I think that we can keep it realistic, keep it nice and tight as far as the pacing and the action goes, just like the original. And I'm going to add that as we were talking about this, we both really liked the idea of treating it the way that Christopher Nolan treated the Batman trilogy that he did. So you got to bring in the realism. And that means you also have to bring in very good actors. So
Solid actors.
we didn't fan cast really. We didn't have time. But I will say this, when we're talking about like military personnel, be thinking somebody like Bryan Cranston, somebody with, some gravitas that you'll believe is actually that character. And there's plenty of great actors to go out there. So the movie opens.
Indeed, our movie opens with Dutch, and he is now a harbor master, and he is in the Pacific Northwest. And he decided he doesn't want to be anywhere warm. He doesn't want to be anywhere where he can be ambushed by anything. He wants to be on the ocean where he can see everything, and he can just live out his days. And he's not married, he didn't have a family, and he's kind of just enjoying the rest of his life. Now,
He's living his best life.
he's living his best life. Now, one day, the CIA comes knocking on his door, and that's when he gets the unfortunate news that a military team is under attack and pinned down by a group of predators.
So they explain that over these last 40 years, of course, there have been other incursions with this species. Arnold certainly hadn't seen the last of it. And they've learned a good bit over these 40 years. So this is where we decided we're going to add to the lore in our own way to make this movie work. And what these CIA people tell Dutch is that the predators are not just here to hunt. The predators are here to use human beings as live targets for military training. And to us, that just made more sense and gave the movie more weight. It gave the story more to go on.
Because, of course, the predator is a superior race. I mean,
Right. And they win every time. They're expected to win. But human beings are also a very warlike race. And we've got a lot of war tech. We've got a lot of history,
a lot of tactics,
a lot of war in our history, and so we have a lot of tactics. And sometimes we come up with good ideas, and every once in a while we'll bag a predator. So it's good they can come down and do live training with that. Now that would imply that there's some sort of conflict that they're training for. We don't know. That's off somewhere else. Maybe that's the sequel. Maybe we're setting this up as a new franchise. We don't know that one yet. We only had 48 hours. We're working on it. Okay.
but it does leave room to expand.
So they tell Dutch, we got a group of guys in there, man, and we have a theory about what might help them. Otherwise, they're just going to get picked off one by one. This is what the predators do. They're savage. They don't take prisoners. If we're going to save these guys, the only chance we have is by using someone that beat them before. That always gets their attention. They're not going to explain to Dutch how they know this. So he's going to be a little suspicious. But they are going to tell him, if we can get you to come down to this country and you'll be on a boat off the coast, you'll be safe enough, and we're just going to use your voice. And for that, what we talked about was using the predator tech. And in the first movie, you've got the predator face mask, and inside the face mask we have the predator vision, but you also have like the digital readout on the side.
Exactly. Voice recording.
And we know that they use mimicry because they did it. So they're recording the voices. It's not a stretch to think that, they didn't just keep all that data to themselves. They're beaming it back up to the mothership and whoever else is using this. So they explain to him that the predators don't know that he lived, which they don't. He hasn't been bothered in all these years. And it's fair enough to think that the bomb that blew up the predator and the ship got him too. But we also know that that data is somewhere in their memory banks. And they think that if they can let the predators that are currently surrounding this team, if they can let them know that he's alive, that will distract the predators enough to where they can get these guys out of this zone.
Exactly.
So they have a 10-hour trip. They can get Dutch down there, about 10 hours, give or take. And they wish they could do it faster, but that's the best that they got.
Exactly.
So
And Dutch is always thinking about the men on the ground. He's not even thinking about politics so much. He's just like, get the guys out of there.
that's who
And
Dutch
he's,
is.
and he's thinking about, the team that he couldn't save before in Predator 1. Like, so it's reason enough to say, okay, I'm in. Even if there is a little risk involved. Like we talked about, there's a little risk in everything.
Right.
So, and he doesn't have much of a life to live anyway. I mean, he's just living out his days. So
And this could
there
be
you have it.
closure.
Exactly.
This could be some sort of, you know, information. This could be something. And gotta save the guys.
Gotta save the guys.
Okay. So he's gonna make it down there. They're gonna wing him down there real fast. And we have created the fictional country of San Veridia. Because, of course, in Predator, the country of Valverde was also fictional. Now, the thing about Santa Veridia is that is a place where we are not supposed to be. Okay? And we are not looking to advertise ourselves. We sent our guys in there on a mission and we're trying to get them out quietly. And that's the trick. So now Dutch is going to be on an aircraft carrier. They're way off the coast and they're going to send in drones with speakers. And this is how they're going to project his voice. And while they're traveling down, the predators pick off another guy. And as soon as they get down there, the predators are circling around the group. And we can see this on satellite. And the predators are allowing us to see this because they taunt us, because they know that we're watching. And they're trying to up the stakes here. They're trying to provoke us to make moves.
They're trying to get the most out of their training. And so it doesn't matter if you're watching. They're going to
Well, they want you to watch because they want you to react.
Exactly.
All right. So the idea is to get their attention and to provoke them into making a move. Well, the clock is ticking and they get the drones up. The drones are already in place by the time that, the team arrives. They get into the control room and it looks like, we're really just moments away from the predators rushing in. And they had talked about possible scripts, possible things that he could say, and just in a, Arnold knows what to do. So he gives the challenge roar the same way that he did to the other predator, knowing that the other predator more than likely recorded that. And he was right. So he gives his iconic roar, and all of a sudden, all the predators on the satellite freeze.
And they
Now,
realize.
then they realize, and they're watching the readout on their helmets, and then all of a sudden you hear the phrase, ugly motherfucker. Okay. And they know. And then we watch them just disappear. So we thought we had the tech to watch them, but they were just letting us. All of this becomes very clear, and boop, they're gone. So immediately, command starts flying the drones in the direction that they want the predators to go. We're hoping that the predators follow the drones and the voice, and they just keep replaying that roar. The guys on the ground, the team, they actually have a chance. They make it out
To get
through,
out of there.
yeah, to get out of there,
Because wow.
and they do. And there's like, maybe half the team left, maybe not even. Those guys make it out, and we immediately are going to airlift them back to the carrier, and they're safe. They're great. They're back
There we
on
go.
the boat,
Mission successful.
right? And the drones, they go for a little while, but then they get destroyed, and we know what happened to them. But now we got predators standing around with
over there.
nothing, and we're like, okay, great. And the idea is we're going to get Dutch, back out of here. He can go home, and then we can, talk about all of this and what happened later. Except the predators are faster than that. What do the predators do?
Well, they decide after getting the drones, okay, we've been tricked. They'd figure it out. So what they decide to do is get on their own ship, and they decide to go underwater.
In real life, we've got all of this information that comes from our military and other militaries around the world about UFO sightings.
Indeed.
So a lot of those, many of those are in the ocean. And a lot of times the craft is in the ocean, and the crafts travel at all kinds of crazy speeds. Sometimes they let us see them, sometimes they don't. So it's not too much of a stretch to think, well, the predators have those crafts. That's them.
Indeed.
And so, we'll just see the light moving, towards the aircraft carrier, and they'll have all of their, anti-detection tech going. So we don't know that they're going there. But to me, this is a little homage to Jaws, where the buoys pop up and you see them traveling towards the orca. This is going to be, that kind of scenario where you just see the light cruising towards the aircraft carrier. So now we know that the predators are bringing the attack to the carrier, and the next thing you know, they're attacking soldiers on the carrier one by one. We are assuming 3 predators on the boat with everybody.
Not the best situation to be in.
Not the best situation to be in. Right.
So, once they are on the ship, and everyone's on the ship, including Dutch. So, he's like, well, now things are about to get up close and personal. And he tells one of the military guys, he's like, hand me a grenade. Obviously, this guy, he's older now. He's not going to get into a fist fight with a predator.
He's not
barely works.
Slinging the machine gun around, yeah.
Man's old. He's not going to do that. He's not going to get in a fist fight. So he decides, hand me a grenade. If I'm going down, I'm taking them with me. If that is the case. And, he learned that from the predator whom he fought in the last movie. So that's his plan. That's his last resort. And so he's going to lure the predators with his voice, trying to save, as many of the guys as he can. And he's going to lure them into a room so that he can trap them and blow them up. And that's what he does. And he sacrifices himself. He gets the predators, and that's how it ends. Dutch gets his final conclusion. He gets an honorable death, and instead of him being cryopotted, we actually have a real ending.
We take away that little possibility, because freezer burn is a real thing.
So that's our Predator Dutch.
Predator Dutch. That's our idea. 48 hours. We would love to hear your ideas.
Please
put them in the comments. Make your own video and send it to us. We'll put that in the comments. It's cool. We'll do another video featuring it. We're all about this. It's just, there's got to be better efforts made to to honor this franchise than
Than the Happy Meal of Predators.
well, than what we're
You know.
seeing. Yeah, because we didn't like that so much.
No, we did not.
A lot of people did. It's
A lot of
getting a
people.
lot of good reviews, and honestly, it's good to see that it's made some money. It didn't flop. There's a lot of interest in this franchise.
It's good to see some traction.
Yeah,
But, we were most disappointed with the fact that it's a Disney Predator movie.
yeah. I don't know that people wanted to see the Predator in a therapy session. I
Or
know
have
I
daddy
didn't.
issues. I'm not,
That's
you know,
that's not
I'm not looking
how.
for the Predator in my McDonald's toy, dude. Like, it's not what I'm going after here. I'm not
Yeah,
looking for the Predator action figure. Okay, not the deal.
just need some good movies. So
Just some solid movies.
Predator Dutch is our stab at it. Let us know what yours is. Please like and subscribe. Send us your ideas. And as always, we thank you for watching.